Hello everyone and welcome back to 4FS Gaming. In today's video we are going to be looking at the recent tease for Hunt Showdown revealing what customizable ammo will look like. Now there is a lot to take away from this image and I'm going to break it down weapon by weapon. So custom ammo looks like it will be a major shift and we probably haven't had any changes this big since early access, so I'm kind of excited about it. It is important to remember, however, that this is a teaser, so it may not encompass all of the different types of ammo being added to the game, and we don't have an official description or patch notes for any of these just yet. We just have this image, but we can combine that with past comments from the dev team and we can piece together a pretty good idea of what some of these things might involve. So let's get stuck in. Obviously on the left we have our three large crossbow bolt variants that are already in the game, so there's nothing new here. However, on previous live streams, the devs have indicated that customizable ammo may allow you to take in different types of ammo in a single match for crossbows, and that would allow you to switch them out as desired depending on what you need while playing. On the right we have the hand crossbow bolts. Now this is where things get interesting because in addition to the poison and the standard bolt, there appears to be a fletchet bolt along with a blunt bolt that resembles a choke bomb mechanism that could disperse some kind of effect in an area around where it lands. So I'm eager to see how this pans out. Now let's go around and look at this wonderful mandala of bullets. There's a lot to see here. What the exact effects of each variant do is going to be unknown at this point, but we can certainly make some assumptions given their appearance. Changing out bullets won't impact things like the handling or the rate of fire of your weapon, but it could impact any of the following: raw damage, range curve, projectile speed, penetration, or it could add a status effect such as bleed or burn or poison, or rather than setting things on fire, it could deal straight fire damage to a health bar. At the top there, those big rounds are for the Nitro Express. The first one looks to be some kind of hollow point, and that means in game terms it would make sense for it to apply a bleeding status or merely increase damage at the cost of its ability to penetrate cover. The second Nitro bullet looks a lot like the standard bullet and doesn't give us much to speculate with yet. Next in line we have the Mosin Nagant. It has a nice pointy looking variant that could have something like increased penetration or speed at the cost of damage, and a red banded bullet. If we apply video game logic to the fact that it has red on it, it could easily be some kind of incendiary round. The Lebel has a very similar set of variants to the Mosin, so at this stage it looks like they'll get the same benefits from custom ammo. The Martini has a range of bullets displayed, including that black mystery type similar to what the Nitro is getting, along with yet another red banded bullet. For a weapon like the Martini Henry, I'd also put money on one of these being some kind of Spitzer round that increases projectile velocity and maybe reduces damage or something. We then have the Sparks, which gets yet another red band bullet, and what really looks like a poison round. The idea of taking in a silent Sparks with poison shots sounds like a pretty great meme build that just might work, even though I'm positive that any status effect bullets will have less damage than their normal counterparts. The uppercut fills out the long ammo section, meaning that every long ammo weapon will be able to chamber one of these red banded rounds, and it looks like the other one might be the standard uppercut bullet that we already have. The next 6 took a bit longer for me to work out. They appear to be very similar to Springfield shots. However, the first 3 look slightly different to what I'd expect, so it's possible that they belong to a different weapon that we don't even have yet. Either way, we see another hollow point, a poison bullet, and a range of other rounds that I'm not quite ready to speculate on, and then we'll move on to the Vedeli Carabiner, with red band and black tipped rounds. The Winfield has a red band and a brass coloured bullet, which appears to be common across many of the compact ammo weapons. The Pax gets a red band and a hollow point, while the Nagant is graced with poison rounds. It seems like there is a pattern of giving silenced weapon options poison, which is interesting. Actually, now that I think back on it, it's quite possible that these 3 bullets here that I couldn't quite place might belong to the Winfield M variant that was teased late last year. The Caldwell gets a black tip and a hollow point, while the Lamat gets a black tip and a red band, and the Bornheim gets a brass bullet and a red band. Then in the middle, we have something that I'm very excited about, which is the shotguns. So video game logic tells me that green is poison, red is fire, and this one actually says dragon breath on it, so we know what that is, and the spiky things mean bleed or penetration. I would not be surprised at all if one of these was a slug as well. Now it's unclear whether shotguns will be able to chamber all of these or if they're going to be restricted to certain individual weapons. So what about those mystery rounds, the black tips and the brass casings? Well, if we are going by things that the devs have mentioned in their live streams, then they were at one point considering a type of bullet that increased velocity at the cost of damage, making a weapon better for those long-range headshots, but less effective elsewhere. There has also been some community discussion about whether tracer rounds will make it in. These could leave brief trails of light or phosphorus as they streak through the air, and this will make it easier for particularly beginner players to see where their shots are landing and how much they need to lead more or less in order to hit shots at long range. Of course, this would also reveal your position, so there would be a trade-off. Custom ammo is pretty exciting, and it should change up the meta in some significant ways. So let me know what you are looking forward to in the comments section below, and hopefully we will have some confirmation, some test server patch notes coming our way very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and also thank you to our awesome Patreon supporters as well. Make sure you subscribe if you want to keep up to date with all of the news coming out from Hunt Showdown. This is Ascendance from 4FS Gaming.